Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm doing another video. Now today I'm welcoming another TNS8 cast member to my channel, and we're going to be having a chat about the time on the show and what it was like getting to nationals. So today Brandon will be joining me, who played Xander in the Next Step Season 8, and he also made an appearance in the Next Step Season 6 too. So please welcome Brandon.
Hi, my name is Brandon Lising. I'm 19 years old, and I played Xander on the Next Step.
Thank you so much for coming, Brandon. So today we're going to be having a chat about your time on the Next Step, your character, and what it was like working with your team to get to nationals. So first of all, I just wanted to know, why did you decide to audition for the Next Step?
I've been growing up. As I grew up, I've been dancing like my whole life. And I don't know, like a lot of kids, I watched the Next Step growing up as well. So I got the opportunity through one of my agents. And of course, I was just like, of course I'm going to do it. So the first time I auditioned, I was 13. It was for season 6. And then after that, I got another call for this audition, and I was like, absolutely, why wouldn't I do it? So yeah, it was kind of just happened, but I obviously wanted to do it.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you know, with the audition, like you said, you auditioned for season 6 and then season 8. But when you auditioned for season 8, how did it feel when you found out that you got the role of Xander?
It was kind of weird because it was still during like COVID and everything. So it wasn't like in person, you're like, oh, you got the gig. It was kind of like over a Zoom call like this, right? So the way they did it to us, they kind of pranked us. They had like 3 of us in a call. It was me, Blake, and Mila. And they were just like, okay, so they pretended to go on mute or forget to go on mute. And they're like, okay, well, like we can only pick 2. Which ones are we gonna pick? And then, so like all of us started looking at each other like, what is going on? And then they pretend to get off mute, and they're like, we're just kidding, all 3 of you got it. And like the sense of relief I had was like I don't know, it was like such an anxiety inducing moment that I was like, oh my god, when I found out it was a prank. So it was kind of just like, wow, I couldn't wait to tell my parents when I found out. But I was kind of just like, what next? Like, what do I do with myself?
Yeah, what a sneaky way of them telling you. I mean, you have to hand it to them. They got their prank right in order. They successfully did it. But no, what a sneaky way of telling you. Now, I want to talk about your first moments on the set of the Next Step. So when you first got there, what it felt like, and was there anybody you instantly bonded with on set?
There were some people, like, for example, Carter, I've known for a while outside of the Next Step. Like, I knew him through dance since I was like 11 or 12. So like, I guess like when I got on set, like I pretty much bonded with him because I already knew him. But for people that I met for the first time, I bonded well with Blake. I bonded well with pretty much everyone. Like when it came to dancing, came to hanging out on set, everyone was pretty much like chill with each other. So it was a good environment. Everyone liked each other, and it was easy to work. Yeah,
it sounds great. And I love how you said that it was a good environment. And from kind of the get-go, you all got on. And it's nice that you did know some people before you went on set. That must have been really nice to kind of know you had people to go to. So I'm going to ask you a really difficult question now. If you could pick one dance that was your favorite out of all of the Next Step Season 8 to be part of, what one would you pick?
Okay, can I have 2 answers but like explain both of them?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so like my favorite to dance was probably the one with Mila, just because like I found it was like the most that complemented my style, because it had like hip hop, locking, popping, a little bit of break dancing, which are like the styles I like to dance. But the most fun to be a part of would probably be the clock dance, just because like the props, the costumes, all of us doing it together, also the way it played into like the plot and everything, probably the clock dance. But they're both very good candidates for their own reasons.
Yeah, they're both really good dancers. And I was saying to Amelia the other day, that duet that you both did was kind of one of the first episodes that we saw with the new age troupe. So I feel like that episode really allowed us to get to know the characters. So all those duets in that day definitely hold a place in my heart as a fan. And like you said with the clock dance, that really kind of gave me goosebumps, because like you said, the sound, the dance, the way it was put together was just really inspiring. So obviously in the mid-season finale, there was a big moment where we said goodbye to a lot of the A troopers that we'd seen for many years. So at the end of Step Inside, you guys came in and sat and watched the final number. So what was it like for you getting to see that?
For me getting to see that, it was it was kind of surprising because I didn't expect like for some people to be able to sing. Like I saw like throughout the season like certain people singing, and it was very surprising. So then like, that final show, it was definitely an emotional episode for everyone because it's like a feel good moment because we are now going to be like the A Troop. But it was also like really sad to see everyone leave, and like it was some people's actual like last day on set. So like there was a lot of the waterworks off camera, and like we were all sitting there and we're just like trying to hold it together because we're like we shouldn't be sad. But like the actual show itself was like it was crazy. Like the set was amazing, the dancing was amazing. It was just a really good vibe to be part of and like to actually watch it live. Because like I don't know, like the dance was just really good.
It sounds like it was an incredible thing to see, and like you said, there was a roller coaster of emotions, saying goodbye but looking forward to what comes next. So Brandon, your character of Xander had quite a few storylines in TNS8, some which impacted A Troop, some which impacted him and his friends. So if you could pick one storyline that was your favorite, what one would it be and why?
I mean, there's a couple, but like I think like the one that I liked the most, kind of just because like it made my character look not good, but it made him look good, was like when I gave my spot up to Mila for nationals and everything. But like the fun ones to be a part of were like the little beef me and Carter had, because like I said off screen, me and him are like we're like really close friends, so it was just funny to like do that scene and have to be serious at each other and like have to be mean towards each other. But like the battle scene was also really fun to film and everything. But like my favorite character story arc development type thing was definitely when I gave my spot up.
100% agree with you. If you asked me that question, I would have said the exact same about your character. And like you said about the rivalry with Heathcliff, one thing I really liked about that is the shots they used, because obviously they had the main shots, but they also had the one that Anthony as a character filmed on his phone. So I really liked that, how they kind of used a modern twist to it.
That one was sick. I remember like them talking about filming it, and like we were all just like, that's a really good creative idea. And then when I saw it in the show, it looked really good.
Yeah, it was incredible to watch as a viewer as well, and how they kind of linked in the modern elements of the next step too. So let's fast forward to the end of season 8, when we saw the next step finally get to nationals, which obviously was a long time coming. We'd been waiting for it since the end of season 6, so it was very exciting for us all. So what was it like getting to be in some of the dances for nationals? I mean, we saw you in so many iconic dances, like you said, the clock dance and the small group. So what was it like being part of that?
Honestly, it was pretty surreal for like the moment, because I mean, like I said earlier, like I grew up watching the show, so like always like admiring the national dances, finding them super cool, and then like being on the opposite side of actually dancing them was like kind of like I don't know how to explain it. It was kind of just like a whoa type of moment, because I don't know, like I said, like I grew up watching them, so to actually be dancing them with like new friends, and there was a little bit of an audience obviously because of COVID and everything, but like to dance in front of an audience, it was pretty like, it felt real at the time also. And then like I don't know, it was just a really good experience, and I like where we filmed it. It was great.
Yeah, it does sound like an incredible experience. And I also noticed that the stage they used for nationals was the same one they used in season 2, so it must have been really fun getting to dance on that stage, which obviously the next step viewers know so well.
Exactly, and that's probably like the season where I watched the most, like 1, 2, 3, a little bit of 4, but that's when I started to get older. But I definitely watched it, and I recognized the stage as soon as we got there. Yeah,
it's incredible how they used it, and you know, like you said, as a fan, it must have been great dancing on it. So you've mentioned this already, but I want to ask anyway, were you a fan of the next step before you went on the show?
I definitely was when I was younger. Like I still watch every now and then now, but when I was younger, I was like a diehard fan. I went to like they had like the big ticket summer concert, I think that was in like Toronto, and the next step were performing. I went to go watch them there. I took a workshop when they came to Montreal here. So yeah, like I've been a fan since I was younger, so it was pretty cool to be on that side now.
Yeah, I love it. And, you know, it's so touching when, you know, the fans really get to go on. You know, when we saw Alicia get to go on and become Tiara Bling, that was incredible. And, you know, seeing people who were fans before getting to go on it is just such a nice warming feeling. So you mentioned earlier on that you also were in the Next Step season 6. So I just wanted to take a moment to talk about that and what it was like getting to film that quite a few years ago.
It was definitely, well, I mean, kind of going off of the topic we just went, like I was still younger, so I was still very much like into the show and everything. And I guess when I was younger, being around all the people that I kind of looked up to was it was a pretty cool experience, and everyone was super nice to me. Being on set was great. I met a lot of new people. But yeah, no, it was a really fun experience being younger, like compared to now.
Yeah, you know what, like there were some fans which pointed out, because I did like a video about something similar to it, and they were like, oh my gosh, that's the same guy who was in it before. So do you think that they that character back in season 6 is the same character that you are now, or do you think it's two different characters?
Yeah, no, I saw some comments like that too, and people were like fighting about my age, and I found it so funny. People were like, no, online it says he's still 14. I'm like, no guys, I was 14 when I did the show a while ago.
Yeah, no, it's really cool kind of how you went on that journey, like you said, from still being a fan then and then getting to come back. It's really cool to see. So I have one more question to ask you, Brandon, and I just wanted to allow you the opportunity to share any memories or stories that you'd like to talk about from your time on the Next Step season 8.
When it comes to some funny things, I'm very much not a morning person, so those like nice early wake up calls to get on set was definitely kicked me in the butt a little bit. But I mean, you could definitely, in between scenes and in between like studying lines, you catch me sleeping a lot of places. So behind set, I'd be like sleeping on the couch and stuff, and it's actually a pretty common thing. A lot of people ended up doing it, which I found funny because, I don't know, you go from dancing full out to sleeping, or like sleeping to dancing full out. So it's kind of just like that life of like professional dancers and really just doing it when you need to do it. But other than that, like I just had a really fun time filming on set with everyone, and like everyone who worked on the show was great. And I don't know, I guess it's different because I'm in Montreal, so I don't get to see the people I filmed with like that often. So I miss those guys a lot, but hopefully I get to see them in the future.
Yeah, thank you for sharing those memories. And I have to say, I think a lot of people will relate to you about the sleeping situation. I mean, it must be a very, very hard working job, you know, being a dancer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Brandon, it's been lovely speaking to you, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for taking the time out to come and talk to me.
100%. Thank you so much for having me. It was a lot of fun.
You're most welcome. Also, thank you to everybody who watched this interview. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you very soon for another video. Bye, guys.